optional, which is no vest, bare-chested. No, maybe I can ask to fight bare-chested, because I'd quite like to show off my body.
Yeah.
If I could.
I think wrestling is really better for you. But I don't mean like those kind of like The Rock and people like that. I'm talking about Big Daddy and Giant Headbacks, that kind of.
That'd be good.
You can just throw yourself on someone.
Where they can sort of like be nearly dying, but then they can do a stomach butt.
Yeah,
exactly. It's stomach to stomach. That's a good move, isn't it? In British wrestling, I always like that one.
Yeah, no, wrestling.
Like two elephant seals fighting over a female.
Is it true that you've spent, knowing you spent more time deciding what tune you're going to enter the ring to?
I want to come out to California by Tupac and Dr. Dre. I think that'd be really good.
I think that's embarrassing.
And I'm going to come out with loads of little midgets to make me look really big.
Sure.
I mean, I don't know what the BBC think of that, but it might be a.
I don't know. Maybe we should take some suggestions as to songs that would be perhaps more appropriate.
Okay.
I get knocked down, but I get up again.
A fatty bum bum.
Yeah.
Play a record, Carl.
It is going to be.
He's dissed me.
It's going to be.
He's dissed me. Turing Brakes, long distance on XFM 104.9. On the way in, right, you know those little cars? They look like a little bubble car. They're modern ones. They look like half a car.
Is that like a smart car? Is that
they look like they just look like a toy car, and you can park them sideways.
Is there only room for two people?
Yeah. It's just like the half of the front of a Volkswagen just cut in half, right? And I saw one going on Oxford Street, and it's a police car, a real police car, right?
Really?
Yeah, and. I mean, I thought, well, what happens if they have to chase someone? They couldn't, but I don't think that's the point, because it was written on the side, it said something like, cleaner, something, more efficient, so I think they're making the point that we're cruising round in this car like we're on the beat, and it's using less energy and stuff. But the first thing I thought of, right, was that those two policemen, they must have been going, oh, Sarge, don't let us have that one. Can't we have the Granada?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's so embarrassing.
I know, you know, police, they're doing,
but you've got to respect them.
Yeah, of course,
Street toughs have got to respect
exactly,
them.
I just don't know if you have to...
Well, the only thing more embarrassing...
What if you're really tall and you have to climb out of one and you're a copper? Are there any policemen out there who have been asked to drive one of these cars? If you're listening, do you think police listen to this?
The only thing that would be more embarrassing is if you had to patrol on one of those bikes the goodies used to ride. That's the only thing I think that would be more pathetic.
A pogo stick?
Yeah, it's so embarrassing. Or on roller skates. Yeah. But not like roller blades. Roller skates, those really old roller skates.
Have you seen
that you tie on your socks?
Yeah, have you seen those little bikes that look like clown bikes that the couriers use now? They're about a foot high. They're little.
I saw one the other day on it. My head turned. Yeah, they're really bizarre.
Just think
they're the ones that they fold up.
Yeah, but think of policemen chasing you on that.
Well, I always remember that even in America when I started seeing policemen riding bikes. It didn't seem to me. It seemed.
Oh, they're quite cool. They're the ones that go through Central Park on the mountain bikes. But that's really cool, isn't it? They, It
looks like they should be delivering
newspapers. They whiz along at about 30 miles an hour, and they can just deliver newspapers.
Do you know what I mean? Because like on motorbikes, on a Harley Davidson or whatever, I'm not messing with a cop. Chips. Now that's cool. Coppers.
Yeah.
But people in a smart car or, it is a bit embarrassing.
But I suppose it is that, or it's better than walking. You see,
next we'll see them in those. If you really want to be kind of worried about the environment, you know those little taxis you see that people pedal. They pedal around Soho.
Yeah, and when it's a riot squad, there's 4 in the back.
Exactly.
But that's the thing, right? If they need to arrest someone.
Yeah, here we go. Go on.
No, well, what do they do? Because they do only say 2, so do they have to flag a cab down or something for the criminal?
We'll give you the money. Get a receipt.
You definitely will go there. Yeah. You definitely will, because we've been caught this way before.
Exactly.
The last bloke, he just ran off. No, I won't run off. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, Mr. Policeman, I'll take your car. Then okay, go on then. You definitely bring it back, though. I will. Well, isn't there something in America where, when they arrest someone in America, they don't take them back to the station and fill out all the forms. They just take them back to the station, and then they go and fill the forms out in a cafe or something, so they're still looking out. Yeah, Carl told me that.
They're what? So they're still on patrol, isn't
it? So they said they're doing all their paperwork, but they're in the, a cafe window, and they're looking out.
Do you know, like how they say in this country so much police time's wasted by having to go back to the office and filling out loads of forms?
That sounds like some policeman going, I could get a lot more work done
Yeah,
if I was in a
pub.
Starbucks.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of criminals in the pub, and if I would,
Yeah.
you know, and I get to keep the receipts.
Yeah, I mean, what's safest is if I didn't wear my uniform and probably got drunk
yeah,
with some mates.
Or a lot happens in, you know, looking out my bedroom window. So if I was just like snoozing,
home, yeah,
I was
exactly.
snoozing, and when I heard a noise, I just popped, oh, look out, oi,
Yeah.
come here.
Yeah, apparently there's a lot of crime in Marbella over the next 2 weeks. They would pay me
So
to
if there's a
shoot over
policeman
there.
listening who has to drive one of those cars, were you annoyed when your sergeant
It is
went,
the most embarrassing.
Yeah.
Definitely.
yeah.
Definitely.
No, I think the pogo stick.
Pogo stick one.
Or
Yeah,
the
pogo
stick. The triple tandem. That's
triple
great.
tandem.
We should get that.
We should
when,
get one of the
when we
three
do
of
our
us, that'd
road
be
show.
brilliant.
Carl does all the peddling.
Yeah.
I'm in the basket in the front. I keep it-
Superman!
Play a record, Carl. What have you got?
What do you want? Not the Hoople?
Oh, Mott the Hoople, yeah. Dug it out of the library.
Yeah.
It had one, it had greatest hits, which was enough, wasn't it?
you got for us, Rick?
Roll Away the Stone. Coldplay, The Scientist.
Have you seen the video for that?
No, but...
Absolutely magnificent.
Is it?
It's brilliant.
I was the one who was walking backwards
Yeah.
in the woods. Oh, yes, I have, yeah.
Absolutely
yeah.
extraordinary. Well
I
done.
like all
Well
their
done to
videos.
Coldplay.
I think they're great.
Yeah.
I still haven't worked out how to do that one with the... whether it's a filter they just turn up the light, because it gets light through the
as he's
duration of the
walking
video.
along, yeah.
Yeah.
Impressive, yeah.
And it's slow as well, so he must have...
Well, I'd
really
like them
fast
to win
it
an
down.
award.
I'd like them to win awards. I like
Yeah.
Coldplay.
Yeah, no, good luck to
Um,
them. Rick, can I just... Sorry, I don't mean to abuse our position again, but... Bruce Springsteen's performing in London tomorrow night,
Yeah.
and you remember I made an appeal to try and get a free ticket.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even mind paying. I tried to pay, but
That's good of you.
No, I'm a generous kind of guy.
and I thought you were me. No, go on, what are you going to say?
But
You were
all
going
I'm
to pay
saying
the
is,
ticket.
I- you know-
What, face value? I mean, you don't want to be ripped off, do you?
No, don't be crazy. You know,
Yeah.
ideally half price.
Yeah.
And I've been chasing kind of my tail, really. I'm not going at the moment. I'm not going, and I'm desperate to see the man. I mean, he's going to do a great concert. It's his only one in London. I can't believe that being on the radio, being on XFM, you know, the listenership's going up apparently. I can't believe I can't get a ticket. I've asked Carl. He's done nothing. He's done nothing.
Hang on a minute.
No,
come
Carl
on,
had a
Carl,
very
you've
good
provided
point.
nothing.
Carl, say what you said when he was whinging in
No,
the
but
break.
first of all, whilst you're moaning, you also asked in the week for a Badly Drawn Boy album.
Yeah.
You got in today,
Yeah.
there's one there for you.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but it's yin and yang.
And it's
Carl.
like, yeah, but I do, you know,
Carl, what's Steve ever done for you? That's what you got to ask yourself. What has Steve ever done for you?
well, he took me to the BAFTAs. Yeah, but only 'cause no one else would probably want to go with you.
I can't believe that.
What is
I
this?
do not believe that. Oh, Steve, I'm going to stitch you up now, Carl. And it's in a nice way, and don't worry, it won't be too bad. He won't take it too bad. Carl sent me a little text message today.
Right.
No,
Oh,
don't.
what is this?
Right, okay. Okay.
You know, I'm in a very frail mood at the moment.
No,
'cause
no,
I'm
you're
not
like
going to
this
see
one.
Bruce.
This is funny, because me and him have been, like, sending trivia back and forth to each other. Which is another point, right? I sent him... Oh, well, I'll get to that in a minute. I thought he'd really be amazed with,
But while you're fiddling, if you can make my dream come true, to go and see Bruce Springsteen tomorrow, then give us a call on the usual number.
But like I said, Steve, right? It wouldn't be right. You just said when the song was on, can't believe it, right? We work at XFM and I can't get
Pay for?
Yeah, but think of the but if it's sold out, it's sold out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
but that's just something they say.
Right, that's just what they say, is it? Right, so everybody on local radio stations say, do you know, I like that Bruce Springsteen, I want a free ticket, right? So another say,
I tried to
400
phone a phone for an hour and a half, I couldn't get through.
Not long enough.
I've put the hours in.
Not long enough.
not long enough.
What are you talking about? I've put the hours in.
No.
Right, so another 400 people turn up at the gig, they cram them all in, there's people being crushed, you know, they've paid the money early, they were up early that day when the phone lines were open, whilst you were probably sleeping and that, so they're dedicated and they're the ones at the front getting crushed.
What?
Would your
Why are
mum and
they
dad
getting
be
crushed?
happy if you were there getting crushed?
I don't mind, I'll sit at the side of the stage and watch him.
Yeah, but
I don't mind.
But everyone will say that then. I mean, before you know it,
Yeah.
no one can see anything
No,
because you're all
Carl's
on
right on
stage.
this one.
Leave
Right,
it.
yeah,
Leave
just
it.
read, right, I'm going to give you this. I'm handing over my mobile phone to Steve to read the. You can see it's from Carl at the top, but just read it out as you scroll down. Just read it out loud.
Is this a text message from...
Yeah, this is a text message to me from Carl. Read it out.
To see at night as well as an owl, you would need eyes the size of grapefruits. If only Stephen could turn his head right round as well. Carl, I can't believe it. What upsets me most, Carl, right, is not the fact that you've been slagging me off behind my back. It's the fact that you've got the cheek to come on here and moralise because you failed to get me tickets and make a dream come true. You've come on here trying to pass the buck and say that it's a health and safety problem, when in actual fact it's a Carl Pilkington problem.
Do that. I've got it in a
I
bin.
can't, I'm devastated. You know,
And then I didn't. Let's play a record.
I'm
I should have
upset.
eaten this banana. Off air.
What's the number?
It's 08700 800 1234. But if it's sold out, Steve, it's sold out.
A bit of a classic here. R.E.M.
I bet if Ricky wanted to go, it'd be fine. I'm sure someone could sort it out then.
Who?
Oh, if Ricky Gervais wants to go, then
I'm
you can
going.
come. Are you?
No.
You want some tickets, then?
U2, Electrical Storm. That's great. That's great. I love that. I'm XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais with me, Steve Merchant and Carl Pilkington. Carl, I want you to tell Steve what you told me in the week about the snake, about the anaconda. How to. Right. This is Carl's method. He's not scared of the anaconda, the 30-foot long, biggest, scariest snake.
No, you were talking
the
about
world.
stuff, weren't you, about in jungles and that, and animals.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
Right.
And I remember reading about, say if you're in the jungle and you get tired and you go to sleep, right, and you sort of wake up and you feel something on your leg, and you look down, and it's an anaconda, right?
Yes.
And it's swallowing your feet, because apparently they always go from the feet up. They never eat you from the head. So
Okay. Shall I save these points to the end? Because
Make a list of the points.
Because they always eat head first, because the way the fur goes, well, if they have to take a capybara or even a rat, they'd take it from the head
But
first.
make a point.
Okay,
Make some notes.
so that's wrong.
We'll come back to
Okay,
this
next,
later.
go on. So they always eat you from the feet. Go on.
So they swallow in your feet, and it's said on the website, if you wake up and you see this anaconda doing that, sort of eating away at your feet, don't panic.
Don't panic. I'm just writing this down. Don't panic. Hold on. Okay, go on.
Don't try and kick it off.
Okay.
Just let it sort of swallow you. But only up to your knees.
Okay. Why not kick it off straight away? Because
I think it sort of gets a bit angry, it starts thrashing about, and it can swallow faster, I think. I'm guessing that bit.
Okay. Just put a question mark by that.
Okay,
there.
pop a question mark next
So,
to eat
so
knees.
yeah, so it's up-
eat knees. So
it's-
eat it up to your knees.
It's up to your knees,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
what
yeah.
you do is, you get a knife,
Yeah.
Okay.
and you cut.
And how do you get a knife? Do you walk over to the kitchen?
I was
or-
going to pop over, get knife. Where's that coming from? Get
Well,
to
you
the knife.
always have a knife.
Always have a knife, of course you do.
Always have a
Otherwise you're a fool. Always have a knife, okay?
Well, come on.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're going to go into a jungle,
Always have a knife. Okay.
Always have a knife, yeah.
simple.
Could I just suggest something? You know, suppose you've got, you're wearing combat trousers, and the knife is actually in the trousers by the knee, the sort of pocket by the knee. What happens then? I suppose you could still reach in, into the mouth, couldn't you? So anyway, you've got a knife. Let's say you've got a knife. Let's say you've fallen asleep, the anaconda's it's chewing your feet, you let it eat up to the knees, you've got a knife, what do you do then, Carl?
Right. So it's up to your knees, and what you do, you get your knife that you got out of your pocket earlier, and you cut it at the mouth, right? Do you know, like either side of the lips?
Right.
So you're sort of cutting it in half,
Right, like a Chelsea smile.
and it can't. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It can't do anything. It wasn't ready for that. It can't move about because it's got like your legs in its mouth. And peel it off and walk away.
Okay. My main point really is this, Carl. Never will an anaconda or any constrictor, python, boa constrictor, just start eating a sleeping man. He will crush you to death first. That's why they're called constrictors. They're not called gobblers, are they? Or holy swallowers. They're called constrictors. Why would he start eating something? Is that how they take down antelope? Just start chewing their leg? Oh, it's gone off. I'll tell you what, lads. They get together, the snakes got there and said, I'll tell you what, we're losing a lot of prey by just living at their ankles. They're running away. Let's crush them to death first so they can't move, then we can swallow them. You're a fool.
So anyway, right, so I was telling him this bit of information because we started a feature last week. Well, week before. So
Sorry, Carl, can we just go back to the crushing you to death first?
Yeah, but, well, I read it.
He's won there. He's beating you there, Rick.
Okay. Did it say what to do if it starts crushing you to death first?
do you know what
No. Did it say what to do if, supposing it had this meeting, and it started crushing you and you woke up and it was actually round your chest, and every time you tried to take a breath and breathed out a little bit, it just tightened its grip because it can feel that. What'd you do then?
You sort of tighten yourself up anyway, because I've read about that.
Yeah.
If
go on.
one does start wrapping around you, you sort of make yourself into a ball, first of all, and it'll wrap around you, but it's alright because you're protecting your lungs, so it can't crush you, and then you just sort of shout for help, and you
shall I help with this 30-foot snake? Do you know how it works? It gets as tight as it can. It can feel actually as tight as it can, right? With these huge muscles, right?
Yep.
Right? When you leave a bit of breath out, it
Don't
tightens
do that.
again.
You won't be that out of breath. You haven't been running anywhere, so you can just breathe very slowly, like you do.
How? Do you know what breathing is? Do you know what breathing is? It's extending your rib cage, right? Intercostal muscles between the ribs. Contract like that. Okay, making the rib cage expand, which pulls air in through. It's like a bellow. That you can't just breathe via the mind. It's a physical process. It's your rib cage.
Well, maybe I'm special, but I can do little breaths without my rib cage.
Play a record, Steve.
You're
Play a record.
No.
No. You can't take little breaths
Well,
without
I
moving your rib cage.
Can I just give you the titles, because we're running out of time, we've got a competition to do.
Okay,
I'm
alright, let's
getting
just
lucky.
leave the anaconda
So forget
discussion.
that, because
Why don't you agree to disagree, and we'll see who survives if you crash land in the jungle.
Right, so,
What is this? What are we doing now?
this is Educating Ricky, right?
Oh, good. I'm going to look
excellent.
forward to this.
3 topics that I teach you every week.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, I should just remind people, you normally summarise each of these in a kind of bullet point heading, which you tease us with, so
Yeah.
what have you reduced them to this week?
Right, we've got, Stocking, Aitken and Waterman.
Stocking, Aitken and Waterman. Good.
Yeah. What else have we got? We've also got, what else is it? It's not his vault. Yeah?
It's not what?
It's not his vault.
Okay.
Yeah? And we've also got Get a Lobe of This.
Get a lobe of this.
Yeah.
Carl, they're genius. Rick, are we choosing one of these after New Order?
Oh, Foo Fighters and All My Life on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais with me, Stephen Merchant and Carl Pilkington. Just before we do Educating Ricky, this is where Carl thinks he can give me something of interest and teach me something to take away. Last week I found out that somewhere in a strange land people thought tomatoes were poisonous because they ate them with lead. Things like that. What was the other one you told me?
What else was it last week? Worms. Cut me off.
Yeah. Oh, I sent him a text message. I was on the train, a bit bored, and I read in, I think it was Metro, scientists have found out that worms get stressed, and they found out that the fat ones didn't live as long, and when they checked the thin ones that lived longer, they found out they had a gene for de-stressing them. Right, Carl, do you remember what you said?
No.
He went, well, that's stupid, isn't it? He said, did these other ones die of natural causes? I went, yeah. He went, alright. Because it could be that the fat ones couldn't get off the pavement quick enough and got squashed. So maybe the scientists go, yeah, we didn't... yeah, they come to think of it, they were flat as well as fat.
I think the reason that the worms are getting stressed is because people like Carl are cutting them in half to try and make 2 snakes.
Yeah.
Two worms.
Yeah.
That's the concern.
he said they can't even commit suicide if they're stressed by cutting their throat. I also sent what I thought was quite interesting, that the scientists have found that the elephant hasn't got the best memory. The sea lion has, based on they've got a sea lion and they got it back into the old laboratory 10 years after it had taught it a simple trick, and it could still do the trick. What did you say to that, Carl?
I'd say they don't go up to much anyway, so if you do teach it something, it is going to remember it.
Sure.
Because it's got nothing else to do.
Yeah.
And then it also, I mean, I like sea lions, they look nice and everything, but what do they do?
What was that?
Sea lions.
Yeah, what are they here for? It's another jellyfish, as far as I'm concerned. It's like, it's there and people know about them, but what do they do?
Yeah. What
What do we do? What do we do, Carl? What do we do?
A cat, first, Steve said, is good for your heart. So you
Why is it all geared to what's good for us?
Anyway,
Educating Ricky.
Good, we've settled that then. Go on.
the titles that are meant to sort of pull you in.
Yeah.
We've got what was it? Stocking, Aitken and Waterman.
Yeah.
You've got It's Not His Vault. And Get a Lobe of This.
Get a load of this. So, which pun do I pick first? I think I'll go for get a load of this.
Get a Lobe of This.
Yeah, get a load of this. Yeah.
Well, that's a story about a girl who she was deaf, right, for 4 years, and it happened quite a bit back this.
What year? Or was it?
I think it was in-
ages ago. Was it?
About quite a bit back. She was deaf for about 4 years, having an argument with her mum, it said, which I didn't quite understand, because I don't know how they do that.
Yeah.
But she was having an argument, and a man pushed her against the wall, and she banged her head, and her hearing came back.
Okay.
Was she wearing a Walkman and it fell out? And she'd realised, oh, that's
There's
why.
no explanation.
There's no explanation. Well, why is that teaching me something then?
Right, so I knew you'd say this, right? So I thought, right, I'll stick something on it. Do you know that bees are deaf?
No, you can't just no. If
No.
you ask someone something they don't know the answer, they don't tell you something else. Just I'll tell you something else then.